So here is my 100-page explanation of Boy Throb and why I'm crashing out about them. Okay, so who is Boy Throb? Why does Momo keep putting their songs as a request? Why am I crashing out about them? Okay, so Boy Throb is the internet's newest boy band and the boy band of the people. Momo keeps putting their songs as requests on people's streams because she is spreading the good word on my behalf about Boy Throb after I introduced her to them by putting in requests for their songs on her stream. And I'm crashing out about them because there is a small but legitimate chance that they are not a real band, but are a kind of Truman Show esque hellish bit, and are not real, and not all of them are in on it if they're not real. Okay, so where do we start? Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so October 28th, 2025, this video is posted by boyband.2026 on TikTok and YouTube.
We're the world's next biggest boy band.
Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Evan.
Zach. Anthony.
I'm Darshan. I'm stuck in India.
We each just flew from around the country to rent a house in Hollywood.
And we're so excited to be the new heartthrobs in town.
But we feel incomplete without Darshan.
Our immigration lawyer told us we need $1 million.
There's the immigration
in order
lawyer.
for Darshan to be given a visa so he can sing and dance with us on U.S. soil.
We'd really love to meet him. Will you help bring him to America by following us?
And while you're here, we also need your help deciding our band roles.
Which one of us is the heartthrob?
The drama.
The smart one.
The sweet one.
Darshan's the sweet one, 100%. Okay, but yeah, so that is that is what was first boy.band.2026. So their pitch is they want to be a boy band and they want to get their fourth member, Darshan, to America from India. Now, they allow people to vote on what their name will be because it's not going to be just Boy Band 2026. And this goes how you expect letting the general public to vote and have the final say on the name of something, which is about how you expect. Rule of thumb, you can let the general public submit name suggestions. You never let them vote and have the final say on what the name of something is. That is a terrible, terrible idea because this is how it went.
We asked the internet to choose the name of our new boy band, and this was the most liked comment.
Epstein's Angels.
Yeah, nope. See, that's what happens.
Our immigration lawyer, Dana, said that if we went with this name, Darshan's visa application would be immediately rejected.
So we'll have to go with our second most liked comment.
Boy Throb.
While we don't love it, we made a promise to you, our fans. We'd pick whichever name you gave us.
And because we're boys of our word, we're gonna commit to it for you guys.
The angels up in the clouds are jealous of our sound. We are Boy Throb.
Yeah, so they wanted to be named Daze. Daze, as that's the initials of their first names put together. Good name. I think it's a nice name. However, that's not what happened because they let people vote, which is a terrible idea. So they very much did not like the name Boy Throb at first. They hated it, but they have accepted it because it's what the fans wanted, and they want to be a boy band of the people. And so fans are called throbbers or the throb mob. Now I'm a proud throbber. I love Boy Throb. Okay. So they then over the next few weeks they uploaded a series of parody song covers as they needed to grow their following in order to be able to apply for a visa for Darshan. Which I'm going to show y'all a couple of them that I like. This is the one that really went viral.
We need 1 million followers for me to get a visa so I can sing and dance in America.
So that's the one that really went viral. It was getting played on some radio stations. So now let's meet the boys. So we have Darshan. So he is a member of the group, not currently in the United States. Before joining Boy Throb, he has released music independently. Also, look at that baller ass photo that is his cover art for his song covers on Spotify. Phenomenal. Just he looks so good. Yeah, he has released song covers on Spotify. has went like viral for doing energetic karaoke videos and covers on social media. He's gotten some brand deals in India. Is kind of building a reputation and an image as like a influencer and creator and musician before joining Boy Throb. And then we have Anthony. Now Anthony has run during COVID, run a Genshin Impact cosplay ASMR account with his sister Nikki Key, called Genshin Impact ASMR, where they dressed up in Genshin Impact cosplays and did ASMR and like roleplay bits as their characters. He has a custom license plate that says Pop Star. He loves to dance. He has released multiple EPs and singles before joining Boy Throb, like years before. And here is a little video introducing him. Now, unfortunately, Darshan didn't. There's no video made telling us fun facts about Darshan, but there was a video made telling us fun facts about all the other members.
My New Year's resolution is to tell you more about other members of Boy Throb. Take it away, Anthony.
I am Anthony Key, and here's a little bit about me. I'll sing for you for free, cause I love to dance. I used to be engaged, and I was born for the stage.
Yeah, I can turn the YouTube video out.
Christ, I'm never alone. I cosplayed as a Genshin boy doing ASMR. My license plate
Yeah, is that better?
made, it says Pop Star.
Wow, Anthony, you are a pop star. I enjoyed learning those things.
Yeah, so Anthony very much has like that like old school boy band feel. Or I don't know about old school, but like classic, like Backstreet Boys, One Direction kind of. He has that boy band feel very much vibe wise. Then we have Zachary. So he studied at Berklee College of Music. He has released numerous songs, like original songs, as a solo artist since 2020. He's posted lots of videos covering songs on his guitar and dance videos. He is known for not blinking in videos because he's really concentrating on what he's doing, so like the singing, dancing, whatever else. He has said he's working on this. He is working on this because it is noticeable that he doesn't blink. And here's his introduction.
My last dance just went viral. I am Zach and I never hit the high notes. Drink olive oil into
Why? Why does he drink olive oil?
Record my content on this pixel. Tell him 6 sisters.
Zachy,
Big band.
Zachy,
Play guitar.
Zachy,
Love salmon.
Zachy,
Write music.
Zachy,
Slow jams.
Zachy,
I'm humble.
Zachy.
All facts.
Yeah, I love their goofy vibes so much. I just love their vibes. Yeah, so he is in law school and will graduate in 2028. And also his dancing and singing, like part of what I love about Boy Throb is from the beginning to now, you can see how they have improved as dancers, as singers, as working together as a band. And Zach especially, you can see his dancing has improved. He's put so much effort into it, and his singing has improved. Like, he is working so hard, and I love seeing the growth. I think it's really fun to see. This is my favorite. This is my sweet boy, my darling angel, my bias, my favorite, my beloved, Evan. He is kind of labeled as the lead vocalist, dancer, and main rapper. He has been posting music and covers for a while before Boy Throb. Like, he has released multiple singles and a debut album called End of an Era in 2024. He was on season 20 of American Idol, and he sang E.T. by Katy Perry. Now, during COVID, he did go viral for the wrong reasons. He posted a song cover that went viral of people making fun of him and turning him into a meme and being really, really mean and rude. Which, if I catch you disrespecting my sweet boy, I swear, stop it. Yes, he was on American Idol. He didn't meet Anthony there. I forgot to change on the slide. They were on different seasons, but like afterwards, they connected over that and met each other through both being on it. Let's see his video.
I would like you to learn about Evan from Boy Throb.
Here's a little bit about me from my bow when we win a Grammy. My mom was a puppeteer. My dad got fired this year. The reason to me is quite clear. It's because of Donald Trump. I've been online for 6 years. Almost been bullied to tears. I am out and proud but queer. My preference is with all the fans.
I enjoyed learning about you, Evan.
Yeah, so he is openly queer. He's an openly queer member, which love that. Part of the reason I love him, because I love seeing it. Like, I loved One Direction, even though I tried to hate them at first. I loved One Direction when I was in elementary school. Like, I loved Little Mix, which is a girl group. But, like, if I had a boy band or, like, a girl group with an openly queer member when I was that age, that I think would have changed so much for me. I would have come out a lot. I would have come out even sooner, and I would have felt less shame. So I love it. Love it. Now, who was that girl at the end? That is pop star Zara. And you know her probably from her song Stateside with Pink Panthers, which you absolutely have heard if you followed figure skating in the 2026 Winter Olympics. So here is a quick clip of that song. So there's a bit of the song, so that's where you would know her from. So it's very neat to have her suddenly appear at the end there of Evan's video. Which also, if I accidentally call him Ethan, I'm so sorry. I love him, and I'm sorry, Ethan. Evan, see, I just did it. I don't know why my brain thinks his name is Ethan. It is Mandela effect in my brain. Evan. His name is Evan. I should know this. He is literally my favorite. Why is my brain like this? Moon, welcome. Moon, you came at the perfect time. We just got started. Lock in. We're learning all about Boy Throb and why I'm crashing out about them and how they might not be real. Lock in. How you doing? So here is another one of their parody covers they did to get Darshan to the USA.
I'm Darshan. I'm also in this boy band. But our immigration lawyer said we need 1 million followers for me to get a visa, so I can sing and dance in America.
Let's go. They speak Spanish. Get it, Evan.
Necesitamos 1 million followers.
Also, the rare outfit change up from their iconic pink track suits. Okay. I think I'm gonna just... They also sang it, like, they sang in front of the immigration office.
Day one of dancing outside the immigration office, trying to get the fourth member of our boy band out of India and into America so we can win a Grammy.
Give Darshan a visa for the USA. Put him on a flight so he can work in LA.
Their brief different outfit era they got.
Make him our American boy, American boy. La 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 la.
Boy Throb needs a 1 million followers, so I can be your American boy.
They're so fucking fun. I love them. I just love them. And then they performed their first gig at a nursing home. So this was posted November 25th, 2025 on TikTok.
We just had our debut gig! Zach's uncle had some connections to a venue in LA, so he pulled some strings and got us booked.
It wasn't the biggest venue in town, but we're grateful for any stage time.
And because our fourth boy band member Darshan is stuck in India, he Skyped in to perform with us.
And since we're getting pretty famous online, we played some of our greatest hits.
You should go and love yourself.
The Darshan cutout and having him on Skype. Oh god, and they hit the ceiling.
The show couldn't have gone any better, and we even got to take our first fan photos.
We're so excited for future shows, and maybe one day we can open for someone famous.
Who would you like to see us open for?
That's just one. That stage is so small and they are so tall and that ceiling is so low. They've like later said like they had to try to like not fall off the stage, not crash into each other. They hit the ceiling multiple times. But I'm certain like the residents of the nursing home had a great fucking time. Like, they probably had so much fun. And they said that, so they did a few like just typical song covers, and then they did a few of their parody song covers. Just so fun. And then of course they got comments for Baby No Money commented on that video saying let's do a show together. Wendy's commented, Staples commented. Now, this performance at the nursing home was leaked first on another account, and this fueled people into thinking that they were satire, and they put out a statement on TikTok the day before they released their video of the nursing home performance. So they said, so there's a leaked video circulating online of us at a retirement home. While the reception is mainly positive, there are quite a few unkind comments, mainly people asking if we're satire. We know our content can seem playful and fun, but comments like this really affect us as we're aspiring to be legitimate artists. But we're not going to let this negativity stop us. In fact, we've been actively using it as fuel to prove the haters wrong. Which is why we are currently in the process of creating original music. That's right, we're working on our debut single. Simultaneously, we are blown away by all the support from our true fans, all of you throbbers in the Throb mob. Just to make this clear, we are not a joke. We are Boy Throb. P.S. We'll be releasing a full video of a retirement home performance tomorrow. They'll hopefully give you more context. It was an amazing experience, which yeah, they do have a full-length YouTube video on this as well. They have a few full-length YouTube videos along with like all the shorts and stuff they post on YouTube and TikTok and Insta. So then finally, November 26th, 2025, it happens. Boy Throb hits 1 million followers on TikTok. Their initial goal, the first hurdle, and they said 1 million Boy Throb followers. OMG, thank you all so much. We posted our first video exactly 1 month ago today, so this feels extra special. Of course, of all days, our immigration lawyer Donna is traveling to Toledo for Thanksgiving with her new boyfriend, but she promised to talk to us on Friday about the next steps for Darshan's visa. Things are looking really promising. So we'll make a more formal video addressing this amazing milestone soon. In the meantime, a lot of you have been asking for merch. Not sure if you saw from yesterday, but we made some for you, which you could see when they were posing with the people from the nursing home. They were wearing the merch. And then, of course, Baby No Money spread the good news. Boy Throb hit 1 million followers. Should we do a show? Which, yes, please do a show. Please. Please have them open for you. I would love that so much. Oh my god. And then December 5th, they start teasing their first original single.
This is Boy Throb. 4 boys, 1 bow. If you a hater, see you later.
Which their first single, Finger, comes out December 12th, 2025. Which we are gonna watch the music video for, or at least a little bit. But y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta go on this journey with me. You're locked in. I've put the child locks on the car, so you cannot escape. You're trapped here with me now. Welcome.
This is Boy Throb. 4 boys, 1 bow.
Anthony has such like Backstreet Boys energy in the best way. Such just a fun song. It's just a fun good song. It's a bop. It gets you dancing. Gets you singing. It's just fun. It's good and it's fun. So 1 million followers, a single. Where's Darshan? So 1 million followers was just the first step. They need more for a credible visa application. They need positive press about them and Darshan. So 1 million followers, that was the first hurdle. Putting out original music, that's another hurdle. More legitimacy, but there's more to go. And here, so they need press for Darshan, so they start pushing for it. And they do a little rally.
Outside LA's biggest news station. We need press talking about how talented our 4th boy band member Darshan is, so his visa is more likely to be approved.
So we invited our 1 million followers to demand the journalists cover Darshan's extraordinary abilities.
What do we want? A write-up. When do we want it? Now. Write about him.
I wish I could have been there. I would have been all in this.
Tell us what the Throb Mob looks like. This is what the Throb Mob looks like. Oh, I like Darshan.
I would have been there. I would have been singing so loud if I could. I need you to know that.
Since our entire body of work up to this point consists of only 20-second cover songs, we created our first original single and performed it so the reporters had a new beat to cover.
And there's the boy! That's gotta be wild for Darshan to see, like, just be FaceTimed and it's like, here's all these people that want you here. Now here's them explaining the visa process so y'all can understand a bit better.
Stop telling us to marry our fourth boy band member.
Because everyone was telling them to marry Darshan, including me.
And people have been asking if Darshan is on his way. So here's how the O1 visa works in the USA. First we got 1 million fans, now all is merry and bright. Then we got some press about us, now the visa's in sight.
But here's the timeline moving forward now that that is through. Our petition's been submitted and is awaiting its review.
Oh god, I'm shaking my head faster and faster.
15 business days. Adjudicate means formal judgment. We hope it goes our way.
Once Darshan's
I'm gonna
visas
make myself
approved, there's
dizzy.
one thing left to do. He'll have to go to the consulate in Mumbai for an interview. To schedule this can take a month, so while we wait, we sing. And if all this goes according to plan, he'll be here in the spring.
I will be in America soon.
Oh, I've made myself dizzy, but that was a bop and a good explanation of what was happening. Now, if Darshan's gonna be here in the spring, we'll see, because there's more developments, but we'll get to that. We'll get there, don't worry. So, then they got, December 19th, 2025, they got their first brand deal with Canva on TikTok, and they used those funds for Darshan's visa application, because visa applications are expensive. Lawyers are expensive. The actual application's expensive. Now, then they need a manager and a record deal. So they posted a series of videos on TikTok and YouTube about needing a good manager and a fair record deal. They secure a manager named Jeffrey, who took 20% of their revenue, which is a very fair manager deal. They gave examples of artists that got screwed over by their managers, like Elvis Presley, and these videos were posted on TikTok in late December from around the 20th to the 30th. Okay, so here is them talking about Jeffrey.
We wrote this song for our manager Jeffrey.
Elvis, you had a bad manager who signed you to some weird deals and then took half of your money. Jeffrey, you really helping us out. Only take 20% of deals you bring in directly.
Thank you, Jeffrey. We love you, Jeffrey.
Which, before you get too attached to Jeffrey, because Will, you watch it, I know you're going to get attached. Before you get too attached to anyone. So they attended the Grammys. February 1st, 2026, they attended the Grammys as guests. They got their elevated tracksuits with the sleeves and the golden bow ties. Of course, they brought Darshan cut out, as of course they needed to. There'd be public outcry if they didn't. So their Redken, which is Boy Throb's official hair sponsor, invited them with tickets and hairstyling covered, and their outfits were styled by Chase Coopersmith, who is a fashion designer based in LA. They did not attend with manager Jeffrey because no more Jeffrey. February 2nd, 2026, the day after the Grammys, they posted on social media announcing they were parting ways with their manager, Jeffrey. That very much, shocked people.
This isn't easy for us to say, but we want to be transparent.
We know this isn't typically something a band shares with their fans, but because Jeff has appeared in some of our videos, we feel it's important to acknowledge.
After a very difficult decision,
Oh, I gotta turn them up a little. They're a little quiet in this video.
This has nothing to do with anything he has done. He's been nothing but wonderful. But we feel that we found new representation that's going to be a better fit.
Here's the new representation.
What's up, everybody? I'm Gino, and I'll be managing Boy Throb moving forward. Jeff did a great job, but, I think what I can bring to the table here to bring these boys to the next level is something that they deserve. I already got them on the red carpet for the Grammys,
And I just want to say, Jeffrey, I really hope there's no hard feelings, man.
No, I understand.
So, who's the new guy? Gino the Ghost, aka Gino. He has worked on 6 in the projects he's worked on, like albums and singles, there have been 6 Grammy winners, 14 platinum records. He is a producer, artist, and songwriter. So his Grammy count includes albums and singles he has worked on that have won Grammys, the Grammys, not grannies, not grandmothers, Grammys, along with Grammys he has directly won. The most recent Grammy wins were for his work on the album Papota, this Grammys 2026 that won him 4 total Grammys this year. He has worked with a lot of artists. He has worked with Christina Aguilera. He has worked with Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter, Cortez, Lil Wayne, Megan Thee Stallion, and even more. Like, he has worked with so many artists. He has a lot of connections. So, pretty good guy to have as a manager, connection-wise. He got them to the Grammys as a guest. So, already off to a great start. So, once Gino is on board, things move fast. They actually move so fast that I forgot a couple of things on this timeline, so I will have to mention them. But things move fast. So, February 5th, National Anthem at LA Kings game. So they sing the national anthem for like 20,000 people. This is at the LA Kings Hello Kitty themed night, which I feel like perfect having them there for that. And also, I want to be there. I want to hear Boy Throb sing the national anthem. I don't usually care about sports, but if you got me Hello Kitty and a boy band, I will care about sports. Okay, February 8th, they appear on Mr. Beast's live stream.
Is that a real original song?
Yeah.
That was actually amazing. I loved every second of it.
I feel really bad that all of Boy Throb can't be together. Here's $10,000 to get him a visa.
Oh my god!
Very. So they appear on Mr. Beast Live. They sing their song Finger. Mr. Beast gives them $10K for bringing Darshan to the US. Now, this collab does bring controversy, as it is Mr. Beast and one of the Paul brothers. That's gonna bring controversy. At this point, people do begin commenting that they don't like seeing Gino in the videos, that he's inserting himself too much, he's ruining the vibes. Alright, next, February 9th, they appear on Howie Mandel's podcast with his daughter Jackie. So they appear on the podcast with Howie Mandel and his daughter Jackie that's called Howie Mandel Does Stuff. They perform a slowed down version of Finger that is very lovely, and I feel like you can really hear in particular Zach's vocals improve. So they're doing great. This is, again, one of their first few live performances, along with the Mr. Beast and singing the national anthem, and I think they do a great job. I think it's just really fun. It sounds great slowed down. The band does a great job. And then they also stormed off of the interview. Gino got them to storm off because he thought that they were being disrespected, that Howie was disrespecting them, which we're going to take a look at that clip and see what happens.
What I want you to do before we go is I want you to sing the national anthem, and I want everybody
There's
who's
them
listening
edited
to
in
pull
the
over your car,
jumpsuits.
to get out. I want your hands over your heart.
Can I just say something, Howie?
Yeah.
You keep doing this thing with the finger thing.
Yeah, because he did keep kind of pointing and
it
making
kinda
jokes
seems like
about the
you're,
finger.
Making a joke out of it, maybe.
Like mocking.
Yeah, kind of mocking it, and
It's
I think
just that's
yeah.
I grew up with him.
I get that. No,
He's
I get that.
always
My
like
thing,
that.
I get that, and my thing is I've sold 14 million records, just won my 6th Grammy. So nothing about this is funny to me.
He's just
the song's not
he
funny.
comes off as really condescending all the fucking time.
Jackie's
I'm
just like,
telling
yeah,
you,
my
it's
dad's an
like-
asshole.
it's
He
like
doesn't mean
his
to be.
personality. He's always really condescending. It has nothing to do with you guys.
Nothing to do with you guys.
Yeah, I get that. It's just the thing is, it's kind of like would you, Sabrina Carpenter, cheeky songwriting, would you be making fun of her songs?
Yeah.
On
I'm
your
having
show?
espresso.
Yeah.
I'm having an espresso.
Yeah.
His answer is, yeah, I
Okay.
would.
Yeah, guys, I think we're good here. I think we're
Oh,
done.
you're leaving.
Yeah, we're
All
good. Thank you. Thanks, How.
I wasn't being condescending.
How
Let's go.
many people
I was
have
not being
walked
con-
out on
But I
our
wasn't
They just
trying
look.
to- I was being
Poor Evan
misinterpreted,
looks
and
so
if I'm
awkward.
misinterpreted, then
We can cut that here. Yeah.
I was behind you.
Mhm.
I was behind them 100%.
They're not leaving. You only have one.
Yeah, Evan's just like, what do I do?
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess
yeah.
we're going.
I was just trying to say that you're always like that.
Yeah, are they
You're
leaving
always
Darshawn's cut out there? No, you gotta get. But yeah, so that happened. And it's like next day they posted a statement
I would like to
apologizing.
apologize to the Boy Throb community. There's a podcast being released where I conducted myself in a manner that reflects poorly on the group. I acted in a way that was brash and distasteful. And I would like to make it clear that those actions were mine, and mine alone.
We're not trying to make excuses for Gino, but we'd like to add some context to the situation.
Gino felt the host of the podcast was disrespecting us, so in an attempt to defend us, he lost his temper and stormed off set, cutting our interview short.
But even though Gino's reaction was inappropriate, we know he was coming from a place of love and care for us. Regardless, this is not how he wished for the host to be treated, especially after he was so kind as to write a letter of endorsement for Darshan's visa.
Which is a
I'm
very
gonna
nice
do better
thing to
next
do.
time, and I apologize for letting the Throbbers down.
Yeah, so Howie also gave an apology video. He posted his own, being like, I came off as condescending. I'm sorry. All love, all respect. I love Boy Throb. Now, a lot of people think this could have been staged for publicity, and it could have. It is a way to garner attention both for Boy Throb and for Howie's podcast. I don't know how much press Howie's podcast needs. He's a pretty established performer. But it definitely could be a publicity stunt. I don't know. Or it could have just been a misunderstanding. It's either is possible. Now, this definitely did fuel even more people not liking Gino. This just added fuel to the fire. So then, February 15th, they start teasing their next song, which is called "Can't Stop the Throb." February 18th, they have an interview on the Zach Sang Show. So Zach Sang is a radio personality with an interview show on Amazon Music. They Skype in Darshan, but of course they have to. They explain how they met Darshan. Evan and Anthony, they explain how they met and bonded over both being on American Idol. Those two kind of were the ones who started the band. They were recruiting members on Instagram. They got lots of ghosting, lots of just no responses until they found Darshan, who they saw was amazing, loves his voice, and was getting pretty big in India. So they mentioned that they want him to join. Darshan's like, I mean, I'm flattered. That's amazing. But like, I can't really easily get to America and work there. So they went, all right, we can work around that. We'll make it part of our journey. We will get you here with us. Like, we want you in the band. And then February 20th, Can't Stop the Throb, their next song releases. And just such a bop. Such a bop. This is the one that I've been dropping in everyone's song requests. Just cheeky, like Sabrina Carpenter very much. Let's go, Evan.
Face on the poster, I'm most wanted. Pumping that blood like cardio. Getting that corn like Mario. Yeah, I speak a little bit of Espanol. Telling them haters adios.
A couple details I forgot to include is they got brought on stage, I think it was with Boys Next Door, who's a K-pop band. I might be wrong with the name, and for the YouTube video, if I am, I'll put the correction of shame above me. But they get brought on stage at one of their concerts. And also, like, after the concert, they get to film clips of them dancing and performing on the stage to share on their social media. It's like not where there's an audience there, but for them to share and experience performing on a big stage. They also went to a zoo. They rode around in a limo with Gino, went to a zoo, performed in front of the animals, like a safe distance away. And then got asked, like, hey, we thought this would be good, but it's a little bit too much of a disturbance. Could you please leave? Those were two details I forgot to include in the timeline. And then March 5th, suddenly, after not that long, like a little over a month of being a manager, they're parting ways with Gino.
We are parting ways with our manager Gino.
Hi, Throbbers. I've been reading all your comments and DMs. And it's clear I'm not a welcome member of the Throb Mob.
As conflicted as we feel about this, it's not something that we can ignore.
From our perspective, Gino has been nothing but helpful and protective, and we've had a lot of fun making videos with him.
Look, I wouldn't have put myself in Boy Throb's content if the boys didn't ask me to participate. All I ever tried to do was take them to the next level and protect them in the process, navigating this predatory industry. You know, I thought I was entering a community of mutual love and support, but with the amount of bullying and hate that I've received,
Oof,
both
that
publicly and
message.
privately,
Yes, it's showing the
I think
message
it's best
she's
for the
gotten.
boys and for me to step away entirely and focus on my mental health.
This is very painful for us, but at the end of the day, Boy Throb isn't about us. It's about you, the fans.
You're the ones that have named us, grown us, and believed in us. We call ourselves the People's Boy Band, so it only seems fair to give the people what they want. And it's obvious that people want Gino out of the picture.
So for the time being, we think it's best that we remain unrepresented and run the big decisions by you, our fans.
So unless something else comes along that makes more sense, for right now, you, the Throbbers and the Throb Mob, are our managers.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so basically, that Gino said he never meant to cause harm. He only was looking out for them, helping them get connections, like made really awesome opportunities happen, but getting all these like really hateful messages threatening him, saying like really horrible things, that they decided to part ways. Now, I do not think that it is a good call to, you should not listen to your fans this much. Even if you want to listen to your fans and have a good connection, you don't want to let them call the shots to this level. You really don't. That is giving too much control. It's a bad idea. Bad idea. You got to know when to listen and when your fans maybe aren't having your best interest in mind with what they're asking for. So people react to this, and a lot of people are like, what? We didn't want him like gone. I think fans just want less Gino in your videos. That was it. He could still be your manager. The fans just feel it's a weird vibe when Gino's in the video. The vibe should feel like how you show your lawyer every now and then. So just like occasional little showing, but not like having him always there. Who's attacking Gino? I think it's a little too much. We just wanted him to appear less in videos, not stop being the manager. He's won many Grammys. That's literally the goal here, which is a very good point. If this isn't planned, then this is a horrible idea. You guys are the people's boy band, but you're giving your community too much control. It's a bad idea, which exactly what I said. That's too much control for the community to have. It's not a good idea. Now, again, this could have been planned. This could have been, hey, I'm going to help you guys for a little bit, but not long term, because Gino is involved in a lot of projects. It doesn't look like, as far as I could see, that he's typically a manager. Usually he's like a producer, a co-writer, or releasing his own music. He also has his own podcast, but he's not usually in a manager role for artists, and that is a very different thing. So this could have been planned and been like, hey, I'm gonna help you for a little bit, then like get you some good opportunities, give you a boost, and then we'll have this little publicity of me leaving dramatically to kind of generate some hype, some interest for both of us. That could be the case. I don't know if that's what happened, but that is one theory people have. Now, they also put out a statement saying, as you may have heard, we've parted ways with our manager Gino and are currently unrepresentative. We figured that since we call ourselves the People's Boy Band, it's only fair that you, the Throbbers in the Throb Mob, help us make the big decisions by acting as our managers for now. As our new reps, we have 3 asks of you. 1, brand deals. So in order to support ourselves and also prove to the government that Darshan has current and future income, sponsorships are a huge necessity. Would you please tag an ethical brand you'd like to see us work with? 2, stream Boy Throb. We still need a record deal, and we no longer have the same access to the music industry. Streaming our music really helps us have leverage when it comes to a label giving us a fair deal. 3, dance. Posting videos of you dancing to our music helps the streams. Would you please send this to someone you'd like to see dance to our songs? Thanks for reading. We're excited to embark on this new chapter together. Which even more people were freaking out, like, I don't know how to manage a band, guys. We need Gino back. Oh no. We f***ed up. Now, where are we at now? The momentum and appearances have slowed down since Boy Throb is now independent. They did post a call for brands to sponsor them and have their logo on the boys' tracksuits, kind of like with NASCAR. And it got a lot of comments from brands, but we haven't seen any more on that front yet. So we've got Subway here, we got Fruit Loops, we got Vita Coco, Mentos. We got DreamWorks, Razer, Olay, Good Dye Young, the hair dye brand. And there was even more. This is just a few of them. There was a lot of brand comments. So what about Darshan? What is happening with Darshan? What's the progress? And they have had like a visa tracker on their website, which is really nice to see. Just be like, if you want to see where Darshan is, here's the updates. Now, unfortunate news. March 16th, the government has issued a RFE, or request for evidence. So they said, important, this notice contains your unique receipt number. You are receiving this notice because U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services requires additional evidence to process your form. Please provide the evidence requested on the attached pages. Your response must be received by June 1st, 2026. You've been given the maximum allotted period. It can't be extended. You're encouraged to respond as early as possible. Submit all the required evidence at the same time. Additional part of that letter was, these articles do not discuss any achievements the beneficiary has made to show that he has garnered national or international recognition for achievements. Rather, the articles suggest the beneficiary and his group were begging for followers and for the media to take them seriously and write articles about them so the beneficiary could get an O1 visa. So just fully calling him out. Which, another detail I forgot to mention is Imagine Dragons. I believe it was Imagine Dragons. Again, put the correction of shame above my head if I'm wrong. Was playing in India, and they actually shouted out Darshan in the crowd. So that was arranged before that time, beforehand. So they reached out to him, or like, "Hey, do you want to see us play and get a shout out?" I was like, "Yeah, I would love that." So he is getting international recognition. There are articles, like, they are growing momentum. The letter straight out just calling them out. Very very rude letter, asking for more evidence. And they put up a video explaining more about this situation and what they're going to have to do. So that's where we're at now, is they have to gather more evidence to prove that Darshan really is legit. He is talented. He's got recognition for his achievements. So that's unfortunately where it's at right now. Now let's get more into them. So, is this satire? Is it a joke? Is this all staged? Is this a Truman Show hell? Are Spacey's dreams of seeing Boy Throb win a Grammy and tour to Canada and being able to meet them and see them perform all for nothing? Okay, so originally people wondered if they were satire or a joke. The short answer is no. The long answer is no, and let people have whimsy and be fun and jokey and lighthearted, damn it. Now, people also wondered if this was a stunt by the YouTuber Anthony Poe. Anthony Poe has 1.7 million followers. He has done many videos and projects where he's gone undercover, created new social media accounts for different projects. For example, Kid with Crocs was a TikTok account of an anonymous street artist putting Crocs on different statues around New York, like measuring them and like printing and designing Crocs and putting them on, which it later turned out to be Anthony Poe. And you can see some of the examples of his videos are me versus my high school bully in Smash. I gathered 200 people named Anthony. I went undercover as an old man for 70 days and became famous. So his MO is usually a project with a certain deadline. So in the case of people thinking Boy Throb was one of these projects, that would be until the end of 2025, and the goal, 1 million followers. So this theory did fall away as they kept going past 1 million followers. Doing bigger things, releasing songs, creating content in 2026 no longer fit like what it would be for Anthony Poe to be behind them. So people are like, okay, that's not true. The current theory of what could be happening with them is, wait a minute, is that Nathan Fielder? So people noticed in the rehearsal subreddit, the Nathan Fielder subreddit, this figure in the back of a Boy Throb video that kind of looked like Nathan Fielder in an outfit he was seen in while traveling around the same time, which matches up with the timeline of when the Boy Throb video was posted. And then here's examples posture-wise of like the way this mysterious figure is standing and the way Nathan Fielder stands, like the shoes, the same kind of style of shoes, the outfit. And then people also, and this one is a stretch, but in their video where they're parting ways with their manager, there's this figure reflection that isn't one of the boys that people think could be him. Now that's a stretch. That one is reaching, but the other one is a little less reaching. It is a little weird that there was someone in a disguise in their video, and they actually, at the start of that video, which has since been taken down, it was up a couple days ago, but I did notice later today, I was finishing this up, the video is now down, which is another, like, why is that video down, guys? What's going on? And Nathan apparently does sometimes, like, kind of inserting these little Easter eggs of himself to show, being like, here I was here for his projects. I was saying at the start of that video, it looked like the mysterious figure in disguise was quickly pulling the hat on to obscure themselves. So who is Nathan Fielder? He is a Canadian comedian who has a show called The Rehearsal. You might also know him for his show Nathan For You. He's also been in a few movies. So his show The Rehearsal, the premise is it's a comedy series and it helps ordinary people rehearse, quote unquote, for life's biggest moments with hyper-realistic simulation. So for example, someone being unsure about motherhood, simulating having and raising a child from 0 to 18, just really elaborate staged experiments and stunts. So he's known as the king of creating elaborate scenarios to, like, test theories, hypothesis, make a point. One example that people think could have also inspired him to create Boy Throb, if he is behind them, is season 2 of The Rehearsal. So season 2 of The Rehearsal, he is trying to figure out how to make flying safer, how to have less airplane crashes and accidents. So he creates a fake singing show on HBO called Wings of Voice. Now, the concept of this show is it was judged by pilots, and it was a singing competition, and Nathan was wondering if better communication between co-pilots would prevent airplane crashes. That was his hypothesis. So he created Wings of Voice with the theory that if co-pilots could learn to give good feedback to an aspiring singer, maybe they could better assert themselves if their co-pilot was dismissing an issue, a safety concern. So this fake show was run and recorded as it was pitched as this is going to be a singing show aired on HBO. So it went all the way from over 1,000 people auditioning to the top 50 to the final winner. So the pilot judges didn't know it was fake, and the contestants didn't know it was fake. They didn't know that it wasn't going to be a real show that aired. So one of the contestants on Wings of Voice who made it to the top 50 was Lana Love. And she worked out that it wasn't a real competition because she put together, like, the names of the directors on the show and that they were all directors from Nathan's show. And she heard, like, his name mentioned a few times when the directors were talking amongst themselves. And she gave a great interview to Evan Sandfield for Variety magazine about her experience. Now, she paid thousands to fly out to LA 3 times because she had to go there and back 3 times throughout the process because she originally auditioned and they had them singing public domain songs, which Nathan explained in the rehearsal that this was so he didn't have to pay licensing. So she auditioned the first time. She was sent home. They told her, hey, you made it to the top 50. She came back, and then she went home and then came back a 3rd time. So she paid thousands to fly out. She also missed out on thousands of dollars of income as a singing coach because from not taking on work, she missed out on this income because she was expecting that, hey, this is going to be a show that's airing on TV. Now, they were told that the winner got to sing and perform with a Grammy Award-winning artist. But the real thing that drew her and probably a lot of the other contestants to it was, hey, this is going to be a series of episodes, like a show on HBO. This is going to get airtime. This is going to get people looking at us. This is going to get exposure and reach to an audience. So she said it was very shocking and disappointing, and she signed up to be a singer, not to be a lab rat. And so here are I do want to include parts from the end of the article because I do agree this is kind of messed up. Especially there were like kids. There were teens, 16-year-olds on the show, which is mentioned in the article, and their families flew out multiple times, and they couldn't really like afford, like, that's a lot of money to spend, and they were expecting, hey, this is going to be our kid's dream. They're gonna be in this TV show, you know, not be tiny bits of this side bit that Nathan Fielder was doing in his show, The Rehearsal. That wasn't even the whole bit. It was just occasional clips and mentions of this experiment were put in. But because it's very much a difference. Because this did not end up being a singing competition show that aired. This was just little snippets from this elaborate, expensive stunt of orchestrating and filming this fake singing competition show that doesn't actually air as a singing competition show, that they don't even, like, she realized this and did start letting contestants know, and other contestants did tell her, like, hey, no, please don't have them shut things down. Like, we've put so much work into this, even if it's not real, we want to see it to the end. Like, please don't get this shut down, is what they told Lana Love. And I do want to read a bit of the end of the article. I do highly recommend y'all check it out. There's the link to it. So, despite being deceived and out almost $10,000, Love says she has no resentment towards Fielder. I'm not sure if he's a psychopath or a genius, she says. He might be showing us our flaws through him. Indeed, Fielder's work, which often sets real people in the crosshairs, is difficult to criticize as it's knowingly manipulative and self-indulgent. To fans, Fielder is television's greatest anthropologist, his work a thrilling exploration of our worst and weirdest impulses. To critics, his cold, unfeeling on-screen persona allows him to hide behind a shield of irony while he mines his unwitting subjects' lives for content. Still, Love goes back to a quote from the first ever episode of The Rehearsal, in which Fielder introduced the premise of the series. If you plan for every variable, a happy outcome doesn't have to be left to chance. People are not variables. People are people, Love says. Treat them as such, which I very much agree with. People are people, and I don't like having people unknowingly be part of an experiment or scheme like this and not be in on the joke and be the butt of the joke. Humor is meant to confuse and amuse, not abuse. And thank you for the my outfit, Mueller, the punkify the bun. Let me get my all punk up in here. There we go. Thank you. Oh, and I gotta drag myself downwards. There we go. So the theory for Boy Throb and Nathan Fielder and him potentially being behind them is that Nathan is somehow behind Boy Throb in some way, and that this is season 3 of The Rehearsal, or at least part of it. It could be even just like a small part, like how the singing show was, because it wasn't that big a part of the season 2, even though there's so much money and effort put into it, like so much. So the theory is that Nathan, he often is trying to make a larger point with his work, and fans of The Rehearsal think that he is trying to make a point about immigration, as he has recently immigrated to the US from Canada. So the whole getting Darshan to the US and about immigration and the process could be the point he's making. So the potential evidence are the photos that were shown previously, along with that video clip now being taken down with the mysterious person hiding themselves, that has now recently been taken down, because these theories and those photos only started getting posted on his subreddit a couple days ago. And also, he has done the similar stunts like Wings of Voice. He also did a boys YouTuber house, content house. And there's also this post that someone made 25 days ago. So The Rehearsal season 3 is currently filming. I'll make this quick and won't bore you with too many details. I work in the entertainment industry, and I am a massive fan of Nathan's work. Over the last week, I've got 100% confirmation that season 3 of The Rehearsal has been filming in secrecy since around October 2025, maybe even before. Now that would fit the timeline of Boy Throb. HBO and Nathan haven't announced it due to the concept requiring a fair bit of secrecy. This season partially involves certain US laws as a topic, which is why it's been kept under wraps, which immigration. I hate to be vague, but directly saying what it is could potentially damage it, but I'll say this. If you're online quite frequently, chances are you've already seen part of it. Do what you will with that info, which, again, Boy Throb. Now, the sad news is it will not release until 2027. There were rumors of late 2026, but I honestly doubt it. He's gone all out with this concept, and I think it's a lot grander in scope than Season 2. So, and then also another piece of evidence is Jimmy Kimmel and Nathan Fielder. So that video with the mysterious figure, that was with them and Jimmy Kimmel, because they met Jimmy Kimmel. And now Nathan Fielder does have history with Jimmy Kimmel. He has worked with him and been interviewed by him multiple times. So he absolutely could have gotten Jimmy Kimmel in on it. Now, some of the questions and how it could fit this series is how are they getting their funding? You know, flying across the country, renting a place long term, not working full-time jobs, the great outfits, like website hosting, all of the expenses for them. The legit explanation, so the non them being a stunt explanation, is their own savings, potentially a loan. Also, they are working side jobs. So Evan is working as a vocal coach. Zach is currently in law school, so he has loans that he kind of support himself with. And Anthony is driving for Uber. Now, what I'm calling the Truman explanation, the Nathan Fielder explanation, is they're being funded by the HBO studio production. That's how they can afford everything. Now, the next question: how are they getting so many opportunities? They sang the national anthem at an LA Kings game. They collabed with Zara Larson with Baby No Money, with Mr. Beast. They were on the Howie Mandel podcast. They attended the Grammys. How can they do all these things? The legit explanation, so Pipe going viral, asking for opportunities, having connections who can get you very far. Especially Gino, like the connections he has in the industry, he'd be able to really help with that. I mean, we know Baby No Money is just always game to hop on anything that's trending. That's his thing. He's the king of social media. He knows how to play the game. So Baby No Money, that's easily explained. He would absolutely fucking be on board. But yeah, having connections could get you there, especially the interviews. They're trending. Interview shows want to interview people who are being talked about, who are getting hype. They want to get to things early so they can be like, I was here first. I discovered them. That makes complete sense. But the Nathan Fielder explanation would be a larger creator, such as Nathan Fielder, is setting up these opportunities for them. That's how these connections and opportunities are happening. And then all the wacky things that have happened, the arc of Gino the manager, them getting their name Boy Throb, the Howie Mandel interview and the storming off, the stuff with the lawyer, the getting on stage with the band, which I believe was New Kids on the Block. So do shame me because I said the wrong band name, or maybe I'm saying the wrong band name now. Either way, I gotta be shamed. They also, getting kicked out of the zoo. Now the subreddits for Nathan Fielder don't quite seem to agree on if this fits his humor style or not. A lot think like the Boy Throb name definitely does. Others think like this doesn't really fit his humor, and like how he did the YouTube Boys Content House. It had a different vibe than this, very much. And I don't personally watch Nathan Fielder. I'm not a fan of what he creates. So I can't answer too much if this fits his style or not, but people do think all the wacky things that happen could be because it's part of this larger bit. Now, if this is a Nathan Fielder bit, who would be in on it? Because there is a chance that not all of them are. Like the singing show, the singing competition, the judges and all the contestants didn't know that it wasn't a legitimate singing show. So it could be that none of them are in on it, or it could be some of them are, or half of them are, or only one is, or everyone but one person is in on it. Now, Darshan, I think he almost 100% would have to be. He kind of would. If he's not, super messed up, because either the visa thing doesn't actually happen, like that letter isn't real, the process isn't really happening, and he's preparing to upend his life for no reason, or if he's not in on it and they actually do, this is the visa part of it's legit, and he comes to the US, he could get in a lot of trouble if it turns out, hey, we did this for a stunt. Like, oh my god, he could be in a lot of trouble. So I think he would pretty much 100% have to be in on it. Now Anthony, potentially in on it. So, because if he's in on it, and so is Darshan, because Anthony's one of like the OG members, with Evan, he would have been able to guide the other members to finding and recruiting Darshan, and maybe been able to be like, hey, I found this guy, and it turns out Darshan's actually in on it. So he could potentially, but again, he's so passionate about music. He's been trying to push his music for a while. Yeah, he seems incredibly passionate and invested. Zach, maybe? He's not one of the OG kind of two, even though like they debuted all together as the band was forming behind the scenes, and they don't seem to mention the interviews the timeline of him joining, so he could be in on it, he could not. Now he is in law school right now, so he doesn't have all his apples in the music basket, though he is a musician and has put out music. You think Zach is in on it? Yeah, that's why I'm thinking he'd likely in on it if this is happening. Now Evan, very little chance he's in on it. Look at his eyes. His passion is real. Now if he is in on it, I could see the point of him being in on it, being like, I've been the butt of the joke with the internet before. Now I'm the one who's orchestrating it. That's what I could see. But again, I think really little chance that if this is happening and they're not all in on it, or they're not all not in on it, Evan would be not in on it. And that's your bet that Zach is in on it? Yeah, if this is the case. Because there are holes in this theory, such as, how would the logistics of this work, recruiting Darshan, arranging everything, like how would they keep it secret from some of the members if only some of them are in on it? Like how would that work? How would the arrangements work? How would the moving parts work? Like there's a lot of holes, potential holes there. Like how would they hide it? How would they orchestrate things, have things moving? So there are holes in this. Now, I did some social media digging. I did also want to, I did not get a chance to. I did not have enough time, and I will probably look later, but I wanted to look into their lawyer and see, because if she's a registered lawyer, she should be, have a page. So I kind of wanted to try and, just see if she's registered as a lawyer. And I didn't get a chance to do that, but I did look at the various social media accounts because people were talking about that. So TikTok, as far as I can tell, now there isn't an easy way to check when someone's TikTok was made, when someone else's was, but I found like a third-party analytics site, and it says that their TikTok account was made a few days before their first video, so that lines up. YouTube, you could see it was marked as being made a few days before their first video. And Instagram. Now, this one was made in 2024, and the user has been changed twice. Now, one of the user changes we already know. It's when they went from Boy Band 2026 to Boy Throb. And the other one, now this one isn't too sus, because this very well could have been an older account of one of the boys that they repurposed, and just changed the user on to the Boy Band 2026, and then changed to Boy Throb. So that is to note, but isn't really that suspicious. Now, Reddit. They do have an unofficial Reddit, which was made November 1st, 2025, so a few days after their video, and they're starting to grow their following. And the creator of the subreddit seems to be WallDivider92. As you can see, joined November 1st. It was created November 1st. And now I looked into this account, and it is interesting to note. So they've got their tag, their name on Reddit as Pickle Jesus Lover. And their account is 3 years old. They've made like 51 posts. And before starting the Boy Throb subreddit and starting to post about Boy Throb, they were posting all about Pickle Jesus in a lot of subreddits. They have their own r/Pickle Jesus. They posted in the Genshin subreddit. I think Genshin should add a pickle character, which was deleted. I stole a jar of pickles, posted an r/legal advice. Are there any pickle related mods on Terraria? Rick and Morty, Pickle Rick ruined my life. Update just downed an entire jar of pickles, never felt better. Talking about Pickle Jesus, and there's even more. Like it goes on, which I thought was interesting. And that could be even like some elaborate, like old account that like Nathan Fielder made to use to just add to the fire, because he very much is a long game creator. Now, you say, well, the whole group is in on it and we are the joke. So here's my feelings if they are all in on it. I would be disappointed because we don't really know what exactly it would mean if Nathan Fielder is involved. If he is, what the point is. But if they're all in on it and it is a stunt, I would be a bit disappointed, because if it is a stunt, it likely means once the reveal happens that, they're not going to continue as an artist because it was a stunt. Like, they're not going to keep going as a group, likely. And I'd be disappointed because I enjoy their music. I like their vibes. I want to see a boy band like this. I want to see them grow. I want to hear albums. I would love to see them tour and perform as a band. But if they're all in on it, cool. Everyone's in on the joke. No one's the butt of the joke. I'll be disappointed, but cool. Now, if they are not all in on it, it activates a rage within me. If they're not all in on it, if like a couple of them aren't, like Evan, that is incredibly cruel. That's setting someone up for bullying, especially again, like they flew across the country, like upended their lives, made these big changes that would really kind of affect them years to come. So if it ends up being, hey, this isn't real, oh, now you've got a bunch of people, you've put up with bullying, you put in all this work, and hey, this wasn't real, you're not going to have the future potential that you were doing this for. You were doing this for certain outcomes, whether you succeed or fail, but you had certain outcomes in front of you, and that's why you invested in this, and that wasn't real. That would be incredibly cruel. Like, you're not supposed to take the Truman Show as a damn example and how-to guide. I would just... the rage, if it ends up being the case that this is a stunt and they're not all in on it, the rage within me will be so strong on the behalf of the ones who aren't in on it, depending how it is, unless like there's some magic other factor that somehow makes me not angry. But that being said, how likely do I think it is that Boy Throb is a Nathan Fielder stunt currently? Maybe about 20 to 30%. Again, there's some pretty big holes. There's some logistic things. Also, like that Reddit post from like someone being like, yeah, this is Nathan Fielder's making the season 3 like 2027. That has no... there's no credentials on that. There's no way of knowing that's legitimate. Like, someone could have posted that to fuel the conspiracy theory about Boy Throb and Nathan Fielder. Like, there's no way to know if that's legit. So currently, I'm at about a 20 to 30% that this is a stunt. I'm really hoping it's not, because I love Boy Throb. I am a fan of Boy Throb. I love their music. I love their vibes. I think they're fun. I love that they have an openly queer member. I just love their energy. I want it to be real. I want Darshan to be able to come here. I want them to tour. I want them to perform. I want them to grow. I want albums. Like, their songs so far, they're great. They're fun. They're lighthearted. They're cheeky. They got Sabrina Carpenter vibes. I really enjoy them. So this actually took less time than I expected, but this has been my my rant. So I hope you all feel educated about who Boy Throb is and about what's happening and why I'm crashing out. I'd also like to note that was 100 slides. That was 100 slides I put together. Oh my goodness. Listen, the autism and ADHD hyperfocus really do power me. This has also definitely been my longest PowerPoint, because I tried to be like, yeah, like it's not, yeah, my PowerPoints are usually long. And I looked at my other ones, Dan and Phil one, about 50 slides. The one on Taylor Swift, Charlie XCX, that one was about 45 slides. And I last told you 34 slides. When did you hit 100? Just as I finished. I didn't know if I should keep updating people live posting my count or if I should just let it be a big reveal at the end. So I figured I'd let it be a big reveal at the end. I hit 100 slides, Mueller. Fear the power of my passion and my autism. Fear how much it has powered me. I put in the work, and this was pretty damn good. Listen, I can get stuff done fast. This was a couple of days work. I got speed. When I was at about 70 pages, I shared this in the unofficial Boy Throb subreddit, and people did ask to see the finished slideshow. So I am going to make it available if people want to peruse through it and see my notes. I will polish it up a bit, and I will have it available. But I hope you all enjoy. Do let me know what you think for the YouTube people watching this edited VOD later. What do you think of Boy Throb? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you think that this is a stunt? Do you think they're legit? How do you feel if they're a stunt? Who do you think's in on it? Who do you think's not? Do let me know.